What's up, guys? It's your boy, Travesty Gamer here, and I am probably the most angry you will ever see me on this channel right now. And why, you ask? I can tell you in one simple statement. Asuka's stupid streak killed Team LittleBig in the Mixed Match Challenge last night! Alright, now, this video is probably going to be a long-winded rant, so stick with me here. But I do have some positives to say about the Mixed Match Challenge. It's not all bad. It's mostly a rant, but it's not all bad. Now, the Mixed Match Challenge, when it was announced, it had potential. Because, you know, I love the strange pairings like Bobby Roode and Charlotte Flair and Nia and Apollo Crews. I love strange bedfellow pairings like that. It lets the wrestlers, you know, see what kind of chemistry they can build with people they wouldn't normally interact with. That's pretty cool. But herein lies the problem. They throw in Miz, which is okay, because, you know, he's going to come to champion, so you want to at least have a champion on the brand, on the show. And you have one for the men, and you have one for women in Alexa. But, see, here's the problem. They throw his partner to be Asuka, who has an undefeated streak. And they, and the Mixed Match Challenge is essentially not canon, so the streak, by all rights, shouldn't matter here. It shouldn't count or anything, right? Well, not according to the stupid idiots running WWE. Because for some insane reason, during the tournament, if Miz, for whatever reason, got pinned or submitted, that would kill Asuka's streak, despite this rule never actually being in effect anywhere with any other kind of streak in wrestling history that I know of. Like, when Goldberg had his monster streak, and he probably was in a few tag matches along the way, did you ever see the announcer saying, oh, if Goldberg's partner gets pinned, he'll lose his streak? Hell no! Because that's illogical, nonsensical, and stupid. So, anyway, I'm going off on a tangent again. Anyways, the idea behind the Mixed Match Challenge, it was solid, especially with Alexa being paired with Braun Strowman. I love the chemistry between those two. I mean, Alexi's basically saying that even though she's about she's over a foot and 2 inches short, she's about a foot and a half, maybe 2 feet shorter than this dude. She's saying that, oh, I'm not scared of you. And, you know, Braun, he's taking a shine to her. And they affectionately call themselves Team LittleBig after the fans gave them that idea. And they call themselves Team LittleBig. And I find that a rather cute nickname and everything. So, you know, they're going through the matches, and eventually Braun comes up with the adorable nickname of calling her his little monster, because, you know, his nickname is the monster among men, right? So he calls Alexa his little monster. Great. And after their first match, Alexa actually makes an accidental innuendo and says that they're going all the way. And Braun looks at her like, what? So that was kind of funny, and Alexa corrected herself saying they're going all the way in the Mixed Match Challenge, which gives you a team that, you know, you can root for and everything, because even though Alexa's normally a heel on television, they were obviously playing up, you know, her bubbly, goofy side with Braun as, you know, two faces you can root for and this and that. So, you know, they go through. Their first match was with, I think it was Sammy and Becky. And even Sammy and Becky had a pretty entertaining storyline, with Sammy trying to turn Becky heel, and Becky trying to turn Sammy back into the babyface he was before he joined back up with Kevin Owens. So even that one had a pretty entertaining subplot. So that was pretty well. And then you had Alexa and Braun taking on Jimmy and Naomi. I forget if it was Jimmy and Naomi. And they had a moment where Naomi knocked Alexa off the ring apron. Braun called her, and they kind of looked into each other's eyes, like, you know, there's obvious attraction there. And she he put her on the apron, and then they repeated the spot where Braun is literally knocked over by Lexi, and she was just kind of just staring at Braun like, whoa, like, I really like this guy, kind of thing. So that kind of like drove home the possible, you know, potential romantic storyline with them when they get, you know, through with the Mixed Match Challenge, if they decide to go any further with Team LittleBig. So you got a whole fan base rooting for Team LittleBig to go all the way, especially considering their charity is the one supported by the most beloved WWE superstar they have on the roster now, who as of last night was finally cleared after 2 years, that being Daniel Bryan. See, they were going for Connor Secure, named after the fan that Daniel championed, Connor the Crusher Michalik. So, right there you have 3 reasons to really cheer for him. But anyways, as I was saying earlier, they get into the semifinals last night, and their opponents are, Miz and Asuka, collectively known as Asuka. You know, it's a combination of awesome and Asuka. But anyways, they get into the semifinals against them. And, you know, it looks like, you know, Braun's going to take care of things and everything. And eventually Alexa gets tagged in. You know, she has to work the match. Braun gets tagged back in. And, you know, he steamrolls over the Miz. And Asuka's practically losing her shit over there on the apron because according to the bullshit storyline, if Miz gets pinned or submitted, Asuka loses her streak. So she's practically over there shitting bricks and everything. Meanwhile, Strowman is just having his way with the Miz, just tossing him all over the place. Lexi's just standing there enjoying all the destruction Strowman's causing. And they get to a spot in the match where it looks like Braun's going to tag Lexi in, but instead she kind of grabs at his beard and kind of twirls it in her hand, and it kind of looks like they're going to lean in and do a little lip lock, right? But then Miz interrupts that, and Strowman looks at him like he just killed a family member, and I swear it visibly looked like Miz is about ready to shit his pants. So Miz runs for his fucking life, and I think because of the contact, or actually Alexa was still legal at the time. And, you know, Miz runs for his freaking life, but Strowman, of course, outruns Miz, and pretty much just goes BAM! And bulldozes the bitch right through the barricade. But keep in mind, Alexa and Asuka are still legal, right? So the match goes on, and Lexi looks like she has it in hand. She gets a couple near falls where it looks like the streak's gonna end. But, you know, Asuka kicks out at 2.5. And then it looks like, you know, Lexi's going to hit her snap DDT for the 1, 2, 3. Asuka counters into the Asuka lock. Alexa hangs on as best she could. But eventually she taps out. And Asuka advances to the finals while Braun's left to carry and ejected Alexa back to the backstage area. Now, that's how the match went, folks. Hang on, that's how the semifinals match went here. So, you can see why we're angry. But, see, here's what I don't understand, and here's where the rant's going to come in. Why the fuck would you put Asuka in this tournament if all you were going to do is use her streak as a vehicle for the tournament? I mean, we know Asuka's got an undefeated streak, so why would you put her in the tournament that's essentially a non-canon tournament and was set up just for charity? It makes no goddamn sense. I mean, I get it. If this was like, if she didn't have a streak, it's okay to throw her in there. But she's got an undefeated streak that's lasted for almost 3 years, and you're putting her in a charity tournament, and therefore making the entire tournament completely predictable, because since Asuka has this undefeated streak, and because of the stupid and illogical ruling that if Miz gets pinned or submitted, Asuka loses her streak, which has never happened before, like I said earlier with the Goldberg point, it basically makes the entire tournament pointless because we all know that Miz and Asuka are going to win. So it makes you wonder, what's the goddamn point of watching the whole thing? And it's a damn shame that Team LittleBig had to go out this way because of all the teams that are in the tournament, they have the most obvious chemistry and they deserve to win this thing. Because, you know, Connor Secure has been so heavily supported by the WWE throughout its existence because of the, you know, emotional bond that Daniel had with Connor Michalik. So the fact that you had your Raw Women's Champion, who has a major match at WrestleMania, come up short, and you have your most over babyface in Braun Strowman come up short as an extension, just to protect this over-drawn-out streak that shouldn't have even been... I mean, I get it. If you're going to throw Asuka in the tournament, you shouldn't have the streak matter. The streak should not matter in a charity tournament where the matches are essentially non-canon and it'll be forgotten about in 2 weeks anyway. I mean, if you're going to throw Miz in there, put him in there with a partner that doesn't have any baggage on the line. Like, throw him in there with Sonya Deville of Absolution, or throw him in there with Dana Brooke of Titus Worldwide. You know, Dana could annoy him with statistics or some shit. But don't throw him in there with Asuka and make the thing completely unpredictable. It just completely robs us of our suspension of disbelief, because anybody and their mother can see that Asuka's going to win just to preserve a streak that shouldn't have even been involved in a tournament for charity. And the fact that they had it so that if Miz got pinned or submitted, it would cost Asuka her streak is completely nonsensical, and it just makes little to no sense for me. I know this has been a 10-minute rant or so, but I'm very passionate about this, and it just doesn't make any sense to me from a logistical standpoint to put the streak on the line in a charity tournament. I mean, sure, WWE's doing a great thing partnering up with Facebook and helping out all these charities, and Counter-Strike does still get a $10,000 to itself. But the fact that you put Asuka in there and made it so that the streak actually counts in essentially a non-canon tournament is just one of the biggest mistakes you could possibly make. And it takes a fun concept like the mixed match challenge and makes it completely predictable, and it really has no point in watching. I mean, sure, you had the great chemistry with Team LittleBig, but once they ran into Asuka and Miz, it was pretty much a guarantee that they'd win. So what's the point of even making the match? You might as well just award it to them on forfeit, for crying out loud. It was so predictable. If it was me, I would say that before this tournament that, you know, Asuka's participating in it, but if she loses, this does not count to her streak because it's a charity tournament and it doesn't count towards, you know, it doesn't affect main roster storylines, so the streak doesn't count here. She can lose in the tournament, but the streak doesn't count. But no, that would be a smart thing to do. Instead, you throw away about 3 months of a good tournament just to protect a streak that shouldn't have even been on the line in a charity tournament. Absolutely. It's infuriating and beyond stupid. Anyways, I just had to get this rant out there because I haven't been this angry in a long time about wrestling. And the WWE, whoever the hell booked that, seriously, whoever booked the whole Asuka streak to be on the line in a charity tournament, that's what I gotta say about that. I mean, I've heard a stupid decision, but this takes the cake. This is the king of dumb decisions when it comes to wrestling right here. Putting Asuka's streak on the line in a fucking charity tournament that means nothing to the overall sense or anything. I mean, sure, Carmella wasn't going to break the streak because, you know, it's Carmella. She's essentially a comedy character, and she's got the Money in the Bank briefcase. And Big E wasn't going to beat Miz because, you know, he's not even on Raw. But the fact that you sacrifice Braun and Alexa, two of your most over competitors, for a streak that shouldn't have even been a part of this tournament, is just mind-boggling and stupid. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this rant video. I had to get it off my chest. So, till next time, it's your boy Tom Sigma signing out. Remember, if you like the video, first to like, comment, and subscribe to join the determination today. We're on the road to 1,500 subscribers, and if you join the notification squad, you can help us get there. And if you have any video game requests, be sure to leave them in the comments of this video or hit them up on my Twitter at TrampCity25. Until next time, peace out. And once again, to whoever booked Asuka streak to be online and mixed match challenge, fuck you. And at this point, fuck the goddamn streak. Peace out for now, guys. And let's just hope that Charlotte ends this thing in WrestleMania once and for all, because it just passed its sell date at this point. Either Charlotte or maybe Ronda Rousey with SummerSlam. Till next time, peace.